fast, stuffing them shits in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just trying to be safe.
Let's get to the sports talk.
Deserve for that win.
He deserves the 7th most credit for that win. The first most credit goes to Miles Sanders, who is clearly and by far the best player on the field for either team. The second most credit belongs to Jim Schwartz, whose defense was excellent. They took one of the top scoring defenses and just stifled them. They didn't get anything done. The third most credit...
Just give him his credit. Only good quarterbacks know how to play with the players that he have on his field. Because they show a list of guys, key guys on that team that's missing on that offense. He ain't doing nothing but leading that team without them guys. He ain't got Aguilar. He ain't got Alshon. He ain't got Jackson. He ain't got his right tackle, Lane Johnson. He ain't doing no showing you that he could be a good leader for this team, and that's what he's doing. He's leading this team back to the top of the division, and that's what he did. Past weeks, he ain't doing nothing but lead his team 2 wins. It don't matter how the game goes, he's still leading them.
It goes to Malcolm Jenkins, who played excellently. The 4th most credit goes to Garrett's play calling. We've also been over this. The 5th most credit, Dallas drops. They dropped 6 passes going into the game. All I heard, Wentz would be so much better if they didn't drop passes, even though they have the same record as the Cowboys. And the Cowboys going into the game had more...
They would. It's the truth. When you drop passes, your quarterback hesitate in the pocket. He has to trust you when he throw the football. That's not no excuse. You can clearly see it when they show you the highlights of drop passes. That have your quarterback thinking, can I trust him when I release the football out of my hands?
Drops than the Eagles. And then dropped 6 passes in a 1-score game. Wentz didn't do that. The Cowboys did that. The 6th most credit goes to Dak's inaccuracy. Because even all that said, he's driving down the field. It looks like they're going to at least score the touchdown and then the 2-point conversion. Who knows? Then we'll see what happens. And he was inaccurate, as he'd been throughout. The 7th most credit belongs to Carson Wentz, who made, I'd say, 4 throws I saw that only he and Patrick Mahomes could make. Like, I saw him do spectacular things when he needed to. However, to begin, like, if you think, we all universally agree that the NFC East this year is one of the worst divisions in the history of the NFL. The NFC East is the weakest division we can remember. It's certainly a candidate for weakest division of all time.
It's the weakest, but you take full advantage of those opportunities. If that division is wide open and it's weak, you take full advantage of it. That's what the Eagles are doing. Taking a full advantage of this opportunity. It don't matter how the division is, you still have to win it.
So you think because you beat Washington, but you didn't look as good against Washington as Daniel Jones did. You think because you beat the New York Giants, although you didn't...
Again, these guys put on their pants just like everyone else do. They still NFL players. You still gonna have to go out there and compete. It don't matter what their record is. It don't matter how their team built. It don't matter who you playing. You still have to treat them teams like they is a playoff team that's in your way to win that division. It don't matter who you playing. Those still NFL guys over there.
Because good against the Giants, as Case Keenum did. You think because you beat the sorry Cowboys, who I just outlined, had 6 drops and Dak played so poorly, he's probably going to get franchised instead of a $100 million contract? You think that means something? Carson Wentz started the game by throwing a ball at Zach Ertz's feet. And overthrowing him. The feet came later. Overthrowing him. Got Zach Ertz almost killed.
Wrong.
He almost got Zach Ertz killed.
Wrong.
Well, that's what happened. Anyway, as a result of that throw, Ertz was just a decoy the rest of the game. Let's be honest. Luckily, they have Goddard, who's excellent. Luckily, they have Miles Sanders, who's a star. It turns out he has all these weapons. All I heard is he has no weapons. No, he has really good weapons. The throw at the feet.
He missing his weapons. Yeah, Miles Sanders is a weapon, but he can't throw the football to himself. That's somebody that's being stubborn. Max don't want to give credit where it's due. You said what's his leadership? This is his leadership. He got a couple key guys sideline. He ain't doing no leading his team. And that's what he's doing. Just give him his credit.
I'm screen pass. About the screen pass, throw at the feet, was later on in the game. By the way,
fourth quarter.
Yeah, fourth quarter. After a fourth quarter fumble with 5 minutes left in a one-score game. Again, don't forget, he had the fourth quarter fumble recently. At least this time it wasn't a turnover. Then he had to throw at the feet at the screen pass when the blockers were set up for a first down. I mean, so was Carson Wentz? Does he deserve credit for winning 3 games? Sure, he deserves some of the credit for that. Is he an all-world talent? No question. I never said otherwise. That's why my standards for him are high. But to crow today, like I assume someone's about to do, based on what we just saw, tells you how low the bar has fallen for Carson.
He just been stubborn right now. He see Carson Wentz doing good things for the past weeks. He don't know how to give him his credit because he's sorry right now that he's leading this team to the top of the division, opportunity to seal this division and have a division title. He just want to find anything bad to say about Carson Wentz because he know he ain't got nothing bad to say about him. So he gonna try to find his way to say something bad about him. Carson Wentz ain't doing nothing but showing you what good quarterbacks do. Anybody that's on that field, lead them, and that's what he's doing. Stepping up and showing them, I can make these guys around me better, no matter who this is on this field.
This is the weakest argument you've presented in this situation. So, you talked Miles Sanders deserves a lot of credit. I guess Miles Sanders threw himself all those passes. That's interesting. And Jim Schwartz deserves credit, and Malcolm Jenkins deserves... Max, there's one quarterback in the history of the National Football League who's had 3 straight games.
More than any other.
Who's had 3 straight games of 30 completions. Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz in the last 3 games, in fourth quarter overtime, is 34 of 42 for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Weakest division ever.
With massive injuries, Max. Yesterday's game, anybody who, analyzed football, all of us, me, Ryan Clark, we all said, there's no way the Eagles should win this football game. There's no way that they should win that game.
They said they should win this game because you see the list of all key guys on that list, on that team. They should have won this game. That's what everyone's saying. But they have that one key piece still in the field, and that's Carson Wentz. He down to his 3rd or 4th wide receivers. And he ain't doing nothing but utilizing the players around him. He ain't doing nothing but playing good football through this month. He threw 9 touchdowns and 1 pick in the month of December. He said, I'm going to put this team on my back and do what I have to do. And that's what he's doing.
Carson Wentz should lead them to that game because they're decimated by injuries. You talked about that he started the game getting Zach Ertz hurt. No, he didn't. He started the game through an absolute pearl to Arcega-Whiteside, up over 2 Cowboys defenders. Only the only place that his guy could go catch the football. And that was the story of the game. Carson Wentz's accuracy.
You don't recall him overthrow?
No, that wasn't the start of the game, Max.
You want to get hung up on the details. Did he get Zach Ertz almost killed, yes or no?
Yeah, he did. And then you say...
To start the game, basically.
So the only person...
the second play of the game?
So, Max, the only person that he had going into the game was Zach Ertz.
That's not true. He had Goddard and he had Miles Sanders.
And then he gets hurt. And so now he's playing with not 1, not 2, not 3 of his starting receivers.
He caught him in a moment. Dallas Goedert is a good tight end. But you ain't hear his name all last week. Only thing you been hearing is Zach Ertz. You heard him this game. Max is one of those guys that be stuck in the moment. When he sees something, he got weapons. No, Dallas Goedert came through this game against Dallas. He's a good tight end, but you ain't hearing his name last week. All you been hearing is Zach Ertz. And that's what he been going to. When he see Dallas Goedert, it was hot, he was going to him. He ain't got no weapons like that. Zach Ertz is a weapon, and Dallas Goedert is a weapon now because you seeing what he did against the Cowboys. This is someone who just been stubborn and don't want to get Wentz his credit that he deserves. Because he decimated by injuries over there. He played a team that had a full, healthy team.
He's playing without his starting right tackle, and he's playing without the best player on their team, their tight end.
And what was this? Was it one?
So he's playing without his top 5 guys on offense. Jordan Howard didn't play, so top 6 guys on offense. And he's playing against a team that they have no business beating. Yet he throws for 300 yards, protects the football, and took 0 sacks. So you mean to tell me?
Dax didn't, and they had 6
You mean
drops.
to tell me that a guy that goes for over 300 yards, when the game is put on his shoulders, takes 0 sacks and goes from a talent to a quarterback? You talked about leadership being the part of the reason that the drops are. So are you going to sit here and tell me that all of a sudden Carson Wentz in 2 weeks became a better leader because they're not dropping the football? Or did Dak Prescott become a worse leader because of their 6 drops?
No, I think they're demoralized by Garrett, but that's a story for another day.
So exactly. For you to sit there and go that the kid doesn't get credit when in the last month he's played better football than any quarterback in the league outside of Lamar Jackson is absolute ludicrous.
I just said against the same teams, other NFC East quarterbacks were better than him. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights,